Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, where the last episode, like most of the recent ones, was filled with shocking revelations and impossible truths, and we're still no closer to any common sense. But we push on. It's now 2:55 AM. We should be in bed, but we're not because we're a ghost. 10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage and was then killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. The scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. I see. Myself. Did I have a twin? Was it twins the whole time? There you are, Commander Sith, finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparations are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. Yes, we're very close. We're now disconnected from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. Are they in some sort of mech or something? Yes. Yes, they are. A submarine. I see. Interesting. Nice try, Inspector Cabanella. You could never stop me. See ya, sucker. Well. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I better talk to him. That does seem like a good starting point. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Ah, boy, still unconscious, eh? Guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead and go back to 4 minutes before his death. I don't know about what I might see there, though. If that's where I'm going to find my answers, I can't run away from it. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. Yeah, he's being manipulated. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. Gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. Yeah. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Doesn't it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? It's not twin? Wrong. I was murdered. By all of you. Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner, even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there while I was running. Lynn? She was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I ever heard. And finally you, Inspector Cavanella. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record. My case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people knew the real truth, me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who knew about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from the prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Oh, hello. Egots. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. Don't think I didn't see that desk lamp helping him get the gun. Ray? Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Yep. Hey man. Mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cavanella. He's awake. My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanella character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so. You couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. And somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about the guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. So are we not Sissel after all? That might clarify a few things. Okay, so this is the same dialogue we saw before. So are you a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you best be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. He realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, I better be careful. Okay. There's something emanating from his body. It's the same as the stuff from the Rock of the Gods. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? So we can move about for sure. Desk lamp. We didn't swivel the desk lamp, so who did? We don't want to do anything in his line of sight then, maybe? Top of this bookshelf is lined with books. This one on top is balanced so precariously it's a wonder it doesn't fall off. How did the old pigeon guy even reach up here? And I wonder if he makes his pigeon fetch it for him. Now, we can't get down. We could turn on lamps or swivel things. But I am concerned about what will happen if we do anything in front of Sissel. Oh, we can drop that bit. That got his attention. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? You sensed my presence. Well, yeah, I made something fall off right in front of him. I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? Don't know why you're wearing my face. You might as well give up now. I control everything. Damn it. So yeah, that's going to get everything, including the life of this police inspector in white. It's going to get Cabanela killed. We don't want Cabanela to get killed if we can avoid it, so let's go back. We can't use the phone because we're in Ghost World, right? Yeah, Past World. But anything else we do is going to get his attention, right? Okay, that didn't get his attention. Does that help us? Or do we need to wait until he's shot before we do things? That puts us on the floor, which does allow us down below. Oh, hello. Look at this place. It's been ruined. What in the world happened here? I think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. And now, there's another death lying hidden here. Pigeon guy? What, another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life, valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. Pigeon guy is dead, and he's under the rubble. Come think of it. Where is that old pigeon guy? Okay, so we can reach into that, and we can move it, perhaps. It's a bit broken. Maybe it'll fall off? Yeah. Toolbox, measuring device. Yeah, there's pigeon guy. Excuse me. Are you awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things, but never mind that. Cabanela, this is a surprising guest that you brought with you. Pretending like you didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy, and I'm his guest actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we're going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. Well, we're already in the past, man. We can go back even further. I've done it before. Still didn't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela. But if you go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. It's getting complicated, but at least we've only got one ghost to worry about. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft, I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his powers. If I remove it, it's got a chunk of meteorite stuck in it. He's not dead, he's just not there. Truth bomb and the manipulator isn't something you can detect. It's a spirit. Ridiculous. So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanela. So, it's really true, you're... Waste a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body's just a vessel. A shell. I control everything. This shell, people. Just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. So he did get Lynn to shoot me. So it's true, you were manipulating my baby that time? You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing this like that? To create conclusive evidence, you know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Jowd did. Now then, Professor. I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Yeah, so why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. Did you set a bomb over there already? This time the thing will work the way it was meant to and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Yeah, there's a dynamite there, isn't there? Professor, look out! That's why Cabanello got a bunch of broken bones too. Dynamite, eh? When the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight. Have my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared? That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. He was blue, wasn't he? Same as all the villains. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab. But he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't going to let that happen, baby. Saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? And smuggled the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. And I'm going to follow him, of course, after I save you two. Something's been nagging at the back of my mind. Remember what Ray said to me tonight? He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. But if that's true, how can a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back, even further into the past. Alright man, jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say too. If you stop the explosion, he'll just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. Most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, what do you propose then, Prof, pray tell? Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say. Sheesh, what's with these people? Anywho, jump in there and do something. Yeah. Save him during the explosion. With the trapdoor, probably. Drop him down below. Let's examine this measuring device. What in the world is this thing? This device has that meteor data entered into it. Detects Temsic radiation in response. Got that, kid? Isn't it a lovely thing? I guess sometimes it's important not to think about things too much. What a sorry pair. So, yeah, I think the best bet is just sit in here, wait for the explosion to happen, and then drop the door. I can't even really get anywhere else, can I? Unless... well, I can get into here. And then that would allow me into there. But that doesn't really allow me to do anything except examine it. Fool, what do you think you're doing? I just thought I'd try that. What are we doing against the contraption in motion? Oh yeah. I just thought, he just thought he'd blow me up is what he thought. Yeah, that was my bad. There aren't a whole lot of things I can use my tricks on in this room. That's fine, we'll just sit in this door. It'd be funny if I just drop the door now, just send him through the trapdoor, but I don't think that will help matters. So here we go. 3. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out, baby. Yeah, no paps about it, I know. But you know, found a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here. Looks like it's all over. And let's find another path. I'm sort of at a deadlock here. I've got a path. Oh, wait a minute. Sissel. Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me. Before I'm carried away. What's with the frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? Yep, a little guy that looks a little fragile but has a strength that surprised you. Well, he's asking you to find him. And before he's carried away, no less. I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? He's not down there. I don't think I can find him from here. I think I'm best off just doing what I wanted to do and drop the trapdoor. It's no use. I can't open it. What? Could the fact that the professor is standing on it have anything to do with it? I may look small, but I'm pretty heavy set. He sounds so proud of that fact too. This door. Such a pity. Too bad it doesn't open downward. Something's likely to be so hard. Wouldn't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. The door that opens downward, eh? So, Professor's about to explode. If I'd known the door opened the other way, that might have helped. There are moments where the door can be opened because the Professor does move off it at some point, I think. There's very little else I can do right now. So let's stay on this door until we get the chance to open it. You gonna move up a bit, Professor? Although now Sissel's awake, and if he sees us, that could be trouble. So he's off the door. He steps forward, I think. Then maybe we open it? No, okay. He didn't give us the opportunity. And we still can't go anywhere. Yeah, he doesn't come off this door at any stage, does he? Does he? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he is going to die at least once before I can figure this out. I'm not sure if I have to let the explosion go off. Sissel. There he is again. Farewell. Sounds like your little pal was carried away. Where was he? Maybe you should have tried to find him somehow. Maybe you should have looked around from corner to corner, baby. Now what? Maybe I should start over? Yeah, maybe it literally means just move the screen around when we hear him cry for help. But who's carrying anyone away? Like, oh, wait a minute, there's Mises down there. Are they carrying things away? Little squeaky friends, what are you up to? But then how would we get to them still? Because the door won't open. We can't look down there whilst we're in ghost mode. How else are we going to spot Ray if we can't be in ghost mode? Ah, there we go. Wait a minute. There's a leaf. Sissel, here I am. Oh, hey, it's Missile. What are you doing in there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, you really going there? No, that's okay, never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course. Here, let me come join you. What a good boy. So he's in the tyre. Okay, here I am, Cecil. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction. Even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. Cool, fate has been changed. Just by looking down there, that was enough to change fate. So, now we are back in the brain-breaking scenarios of Cecil and Missile. Where else can you reach? You can reach the toy cake. The lamp and the telephone. And a ball. But the ball won't let you... Oh, yeah, we go. Trash can. Ah, there's 2 sets of steps here. Those squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Cecil, my animal instincts are starting to surface. If you want to chase them, I think you have to be alive to do that. Must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can. Those things usually make a bigger commotion than that. A bigger commotion, eh? So let's swap these. They're gonna do what exactly? Oh, it's all kicking off. Now that's what I call some proper commotion. They're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel a bit like dancing myself now. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. I'm a dangerous bunch. Okay, let's stop that explosion. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of the man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? We let the explosion happen. Then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. Talking about a matter of seconds, we can't miss our chance. We can't. Trash can. Trash can lid. So we can swap the lid with the tyre. Does that help us in any way? It's still quite light. Ah, it's falling over. Is it now sufficiently similar? Oh yeah. Do you remember how to use my powers? I forgot we were in the door. Yeah, you can swap things that have the same shape, right? Well, to be precise, I can swap things that look like they have the same shape. What's the difference? As I was being carried by the wind and falling into the river, I realised something. You look at a thing from different angles, it looks different. Like this trash can lid. It's a pretty good point for a little doggy who came in with the sewage. So, let us jump out of that. And let's see. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Let's swap those. Look out! Down he goes. So he's survived the explosion because he's dropped below. And Cecil doesn't realise it. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. Might make it hurt a little bit when you move you, though. Quite a bit, actually. Damn you. He's fine. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cavanella, I couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. Magic disappearing act, that is? Nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one managed to vanish without a trace here. update the phone book? It's been a while. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead. Not that you aren't. Let's just remember the fact that right about now, the real me is giving the poor Justice Minister a real fright. Oh, that phone call, yeah, he was pretty upset. Hey, excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. What's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he's actually still full alive. Camilla. Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. A poor little girl taken hostage. It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute, Mr. Camilla is a hostage? Yeah, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cabanello. It's time to save your life now. You couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Cecil? That's right, with us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanello is upstairs. So our first step is to get up there. Cecil, I'll go first and wait for you. Okay, good boy. Okay, Lovey-Dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Well done, Lovey-Dove. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh, what a good little pidge. There you are, Cecil. Sorry for the wait, Missile. "4 minutes from now, the Inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanello without him noticing. It's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Cecil. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just tap RT. Right, so I'm thinking... Is there anything... There's a knit hat. That's kind of like the helmet on the other side. Is there any way we could like jump into the bullet and then swap it with something else? But he'd notice that. He'd notice most things, I imagine. Because we don't want him to notice what we're up to. We also can't do shit from down here as Cecil. Until he knocks the kettle down, perhaps. So the only things I can see in this room that are the same shape as one another are the knit hat and the helmet. And we can't reach between the two. We could knock the helmet on the floor with Cecil once our friend has been shot and has moved across the room. But how does that help us? Because the knit hat is still too high up. I think we need to let this play out until the kettle's on the floor. Cool. Now at least we can move. Although I've possibly put... But now we can't get back to the helmet or anything. So now we're kind of stuck up here. So how has that helped us, if at all? Aha. Oh, did you see that? The bad sister turned around. Do you have to call him that? But yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. This is the only time he takes his eyes off me too. You have something to do, do it now. Time to take the first steps towards saving the Inspector. Cool, so let's swivel the lamp. We might need it swiveled back so we can get the gun. But we are now in this, which we could rock. That got his attention. But that doesn't mean much, does it? So they're going to carry on chatting. Yep. Now Caminella's going to shoot him. We don't get a chance to act whilst he's been shot. But we can now get into here and move it so we can get over here. We can jiggle this knit hat. And then bring it back with us. Ah, wait a minute, it's the same shape as a book. What did that do for us? Well, would you look at that, right in the hook. I love knit hats, so warm and most of all, soft. Soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that has the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha, I thought so. But what does that mean? I mean, it means that we can swap it, but what does swapping it do for us? And also the desk lamp is kind of in the way, because we didn't get a chance to swivel it back at any stage. Let's see how it plays out. So the lamp doesn't spin. Ah, there we go, he spun the lamp. But then we don't get time to do anything, because time had already counted down to 0. The reason I'm rewinding before people die is because some of the chapters have achieve for saving the day without anyone dying, and I'm not sure if this chapter does, but if it does, I'd like it. I could double check, I suppose. Yeah, this chapter might have achieved for saving the day without any deaths. So, I'm also not sure how stopping the bullet is going to help. Let's see. Yeah, if we were able to go into ghost mode here, we could swivel the lamp back whilst he's getting shot, but alas, we don't get the option until he stands up again. But now we can get into here and we can do this, because I think this was part of the plan. Yeah, because the desk lamp is in the way, we can't swap things. But if we swivel the desk lamp, is he going to notice that we did it? Yeah, he is, and that's going to cause trouble. Yeah. Maybe this is just another of those scenarios where I've got to let time play out, because I really can't see much else to do. Maybe the whole point of rocking the helmet is just to get it off the hook so that the hat can sit on the hook. Regardless, we'll try this again. We'll let it play all the way to the end. If I don't get the Chief, I don't get the Chief. So let's see what happens. Yeah. Gun gets fired. Caminella dies. He's going to shoot. It's too late. Again? I'm going to get shot again? No way, our chance is coming up. So good, it is our chance coming up then. The last split second, man, leave it to me. Go on, missile. So if I'd let it play out just a smidge longer, would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. I'm hearing the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's got to be something around here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. But surely he's going to notice that he's just shot a hat into the inspector's face rather than a bullet, right? Oh, apparently maybe he doesn't. I don't think he noticed. Looks like he pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats, so warm, most of all, soft. Did it do it right? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. Now keep doing it too. Over and over. Hey, we did get the cheat. What I just saw in these last 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two are working together? That's about the size of it, yeah. Who'll believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. There's a certain guy I have to follow too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left. And now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, you old crazy character? At least they admit that they're all crazy. They're self-aware. Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right, like I'm going to believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. I'm going to assume they did not. Also, yeah, you've still got broken bones, Cabanela. Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. So, we could get into the telephone, but we could speak to people. Only things were going to end up like this? I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry. I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He's right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. Guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. Like I mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage and he wound up dead. He has only himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner. Lynn, that girl who was playing in the park. Finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. So yeah, what did you do, Cabs? Yeah, 10 years ago on that day, Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. If you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. Then I made another mistake on top of that. Caminella, got a minute? Chief wants to see about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left him behind in the interrogation room. I left it behind. My gun. That's an awful mistake. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I had made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point in the first place. That was the biggest mistake I've ever heard. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. So we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. In order to prove these powers are his, he gave him 2 predictions. He foresaw 2 completely preposterous, impossible cases. The concert and the breaking into the police headquarters. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast. The case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Yeah, the 2 inmates at the special prison. We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. Then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. A restaurant, the chicken kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight. On a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Being very vague about what this country is and what the other country is, but that's fine. Submarine? We haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers would fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. Now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. This spotless record of yours. Is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways it's more important to me than my life. Than your life. After all, it's because of my record. I'm able to get my hands on all intel as the head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course, why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. Then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator. He's got to prove that Jowd is innocent. Incredible determination. It's one thing I just don't understand. You're so determined to help Detective Jowd. Why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't out to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? There's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lim completely misunderstood your intentions. Ha, what's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. There are more important things to do with our time tonight. Does Pigeon Man have anything different to say? Mr. Superintendent, try to talk to you for a minute. I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner, I've investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. So that's how he got involved in all this. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. but I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. Well, that's what I've been chasing all night. So we need to whip the meteorite fragment out of his body, and then maybe he'll lose his powers and just collapse in a heap. Maybe we can take over the body again at that stage. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity too. That's the only way I can describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead alright, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I guess it's given him the powers to heal, because we saw him get shot, and then he just got over it. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. So how are we going to get the meteorite out of him? And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. There's one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? Just walking out, I suppose. No one's guarding individuals who are very clearly alive, just leaving the morgue. Especially if you can manipulate objects, and therefore door locks and such. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. Saw with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed that fist on the stove. The corpse left behind some data from the testing I did. I got some readings, some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be? That's right, it was coming from the meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It's the exact same pattern of radiation as of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research in all depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. You want to see me blush? It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. That's what he does. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Tempsic. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anyone an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator case then. Then I heard there was a man who quit the police force to study the meteorite. And I heard that it was like a meteorite struck me on the head. At the time we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet. We knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. One of those communications we heard the manipulator say this. The source of my power is not of this world. That's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Tempsic were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He had that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Is that contraption in the basement here? Built that to try and help Detective Jowd? That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. This was just one part of it. that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that a manipulator actually existed. Inspector Cabanela. Hey, Lynn. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. I hate to spoil your image of me. I'm that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image you had of him? Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry. I just heard you were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight. I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha. But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd! Vince called off the execution order. While he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning too. It was pretty extreme while he was at it. Getting the whole crew together. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again, you've always been like that. Make everybody else run around and you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. It's a strong pigeon. It's a big coat. There we go. Jowd's back, baby. It's in his prison stripes, but still. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Cecil, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? I don't know where the submarine is and the phone line doesn't work. I use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. It's true self you've been looking for? I bet you find it soon. Alright then, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. Still got the mystery of Ray to solve. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. That was a beefy chapter. Nearly a full hour of real-time in-game. Real-time in-game. You know what I mean. New backgrounds. New song, Ghost Trick. And Lingering Death. The soundtrack is an absolute banger. It's probably copyrighted to hell though, so I can't use it for anything other than these games. And it feels like we actually got some answers there, you know, if you can believe that. We've solved quite a lot of the mysteries. We still don't know who we are. We still don't know who Ray is. But I definitely feel like we're making some progress on solving our problems. And that's probably a good thing, because I think there's only 3 chapters left. So join us next week, and we'll do another one. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.